Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 20th to the 26th. This is for Capricorn and Capricorn Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult across spread. I also use astrology and my guides. Look at what just flipped over. Look at that, Capricorn. I use astrology and my guides to bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Capricorn. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it offers a lot more depth to your reading. So Capricorn, I love that. The sun peeking out, looking at you, and look at all this sunlight. I'm doing this like, in the morning. So time of day where I get a lot of light flooding through the window. So I love it. I love it. I love natural light. Listen, Capricorn, welcome to Sagittarius season. This is going to be very nice. You're going to absolutely love this. It's going to be very interesting for you because it is your 12th house. But let's start with what I feel is going to be the best part of the week for you, particularly out of all the signs. It's Monday and Tuesday, okay? Because not only do we have the sun sextiling Pluto on Monday, we have Mars sextiling Pluto on Tuesday, okay? Now, these are just points in time. Remember, these aspects are points in time. So you bundle these 2 days together. This is very powerful. Now, this is all about empowerment. Just think about like the sun sextiling Pluto on Monday, like just shining all this light on you. You can feel really compelling now. It's almost like you can get whatever you want. You're going to feel really, really, really empowered. In terms of like, even like getting things that, like asking for a promotion, asking for a raise, like if you're here for a career, and there is, or just things going your way. You have to remember Venus is in Libra, okay? Venus in Libra is your 10th house of career, all right? So it's also like adding this huge charm factor to you as well. So you could just feel really, really great because on Tuesday, Mars sextiling Pluto. I mean, this is Mars, the planet of action, okay? The planet of action, just really the drive, ambition. I mean, so it's almost like this nothing can stop you now energy. It's very, very nice. Very nice because Pluto, okay, is in your sign. It's in your sign. So you're really going to feel this. And these are 2 absolutely exceptional days, especially for you. Let me repeat, especially for you. Pluto being in your sign. Now, Mars sextiling Pluto, Mars being the traditional planet for Scorpio, Pluto being the modern planet for ruler for Scorpio. We're still in Scorpio season at this point. This is your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. I mean, like, this is really, again, for you, Capricorn. Pluto is in your sign. This is very, very nice. So take advantage of these 2 days. And again, you can just feel a lot more compelling. You can feel, that passion just kind of like down to your bones. I think that you're gonna really, really love how we kick this week off. Now, on Wednesday, we officially enter Sagittarius season. This is gonna be interesting. Sagittarius season, so much nicer than Scorpio season, okay? And nothing is wrong with Scorpio at all. It's just, it was so intense. Scorpio season was really intense because we had Mars in Scorpio too. And just those 2 planets alone in Scorpio really intensifies an already intense sign, right? Scorpio is a little bit more intense. It rules the 8th house. There's, a lot of, deep transformation, a lot of like emotional depth that comes with Scorpio season. Mercury was in Scorpio as well. We have that new moon in Scorpio. There was a lot there. But now we're moving into Sagittarius season, which is a lot more like free. It's this freeness. It's this freedom. It's this like, if you felt like there was like a mountain on your shoulders, it's gone. There's no mountain anymore. It's really absolutely very more spirited, a little bit more adventurous, definitely more spiritual too, like spiritually driven. So it is very nice. Now, it's interesting because it is your 12th house. And so the 12th house is the subconscious, and it is all, like hidden thing, like hidden matters. It is, even like the 12th 12th house deals with the past. It deals with facing your fears. So this is going to be a time where you're going to be doing a lot of that. It's like a huge confidence boost, especially with all these sextiles to Pluto that we're kicking the week off with. That is like that empowerment energy and boosting your confidence. So there really is a lot of things that you could be unrooting at this time. A lot of deep thinking too. A lot of deep thinking. A lot of like you could even feel a lot more intuitive at this time, especially with the 12th house. It is like intuition is there, so it's like it's very nice. It's very nice. But it's like deeply rooted in terms of, again, asking yourself like big questions that it's like this next cycle in your life, like what can I unroot? What are some things that are holding me back? What are some things that, even if it's like, you know, the 12th house is also self-sabotage. If like there's things that you're doing to yourself where you're just like, I got to stop this. It's like, this is when you recognize it and you have to just like unroot it, let it go. But you will have all this empowerment energy. And actually, you know, the moon is the moon moves into Aries. I know I rarely talk about like moon cycles, but the moon will go into Aries on that same day, on Wednesday, when the sun moves into Sagittarius. So that's double fire there. And so Aries, I mean, Aries are just natural born leaders. And so this is actually just really nice. When I talk about confidence, this is really just like go big or go home energy. So I really, really love this for you, especially because on Friday, Mars is moving into Sagittarius. So at this point, we have no planets in Scorpio. They're all in Sagittarius, which is very lighthearted. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And so a lot of wisdom that comes with this, and it just feels good. It feels really good. It's a lot more optimistic. The energy is just so nice. Okay. And it is, you know, I have been making the analogy, like, I don't know if you saw Breaking Bad, but it is that last scene with Aaron Paul in that car, just crazily laughing. He's like cry laughing because he's like leaving this past, is like all the, you know, challenges that he's been going through, and he's free now. And it's almost like, what do you do with all this freedom? Like he's like, I could never even, you know, hold a candle to like his performance. But you know, that movie, or sorry, that show is like 10 years old. So I hope I'm not like, anyway, but it is like just, it's almost like, again, leaving all that intensity, moving into like just a nicer like wind in your hair type of, you know, feeling for the next, you know, for throughout Sagittarius season. And it's not just that, it's also leaving all this fixed energy. You know, we did have Venus retrograde in Leo for so long, right? And then we had you know, all the activity that was happening in Scorpio. It really, you know, we had that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. There was so much fixed energy that we've been going through, and now we're going through all this mutable energy with, you know, Sagittarius, and, you know, Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces, and even like the full moon in Gemini. That's next week. Okay, so that is definitely a big thing, and that is your sixth house of everyday activities. So there could be some matters of like work that come up, or, you know, habits and routines. Even like health is part of the sixth house. But anyway, that's next week. But so this week, Mars moving into Sagittarius, really, really nice, moving into all this more mutable energy, which is just more like easy to work with. It's like more flexible, more adaptable. But it's just so nice. Mars is going to be in Sagittarius for the rest of the year, by the way. So it's very nice. Before Mars moves into, you know, your sign, actually, come January. So your birthday season is approaching as well. So it's very, very nice this week, and I really like it. There are 2 days that I am going to point out that are just like, so it is kind of like the opposite of last week, where it was like kind of challenging in the beginning, but it gets really nice at the end. This week, it's a rocket ship. It's a rocket. You're kicking it off with a rocket ship, but the weekend, okay, is going to be a little like challenging. All right, so it's going to start actually on Thursday. The sun is going to square Saturn. All right, and so This is really interesting. The sun is not only going to square Saturn, Mars is going to square Saturn on Saturday too. So remember, these are just points in time. So so we basically have the sun and Mars squaring Saturn, and Saturn is not only, the planet of, hard knocks, of responsibilities. Saturn is your ruling planet, Capricorn. So that said, this is going to be a really big week for you, especially because we're kicking it off with all this Pluto energy. That's really great. Pluto being in your sign currently, okay, until the end of the year, until mid-January. And then ending the week with all these kind of challenging, difficult Saturn squares, and Saturn being your ruling planet. So if there's any sign that's really going to have an impact this week, it's going to be you, okay? And again, these Saturn squares are challenging. They're testing. You may be tested. Your patience may be tested. So just stay focused, stay determined. You're going to be fine. On the 25th, when Mars squares Saturn, Mars and Saturn are the two malefics. And so it's almost like, like a boxing match about to happen. Okay. You want to be like in the last row in the stadium if you're at the boxing match, but it is just going to be a day where it may be a little Now, Saturn in Pisces is your third house. This is really important to pay attention to, because the third house is communication. So it's almost like you have to be just be very aware of conversations that you have. It could get heated. Okay. Even like being mindful about the way that you speak. You could be very aware of the way that people speak to you too. And you're just like, no, you don't. This is right. You don't want to turn it into a Real Housewives episode. Like, you just want to be cool. And the reason I say this is because the third house is also aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings. So there's a lot of family energy here too. And so there could be some moments, okay? If you are with family, but if you live in the US, this is Thanksgiving weekend. So that's why it's just for you. Just be careful about the way that you communicate. It may not even be you. It may be that you're up against a wall with some family members, or or even neighbors too. If because neighbors is part of the third house, where there may be a little bit of like, but just as long as you're careful about the way that you communicate, or mindful about the way that you communicate with people who may be a little like. Like, you're going to be cool. You're going to be fine. Put on your cool sunglasses, the one that you got at the gas station. You're like, I'm bringing back these sunglasses, like it, from the 70s. And, you just feel that confidence that you are going to feel that kicks off this week. Okay. With all that empowerment energy, with the sun sextiling Pluto, Mars sextiling Pluto. So keep that in mind. It just may be a thing. And it is also, the third house is also travel, short distance travel. So there could be something that arises if you are traveling around that day, that I'm not saying anything bad is going to happen. Again, it's just like, consider Saturn, the planet of responsibilities. There could be just something stacked up. Saturn's like, I'm going to test you now and see how you handle this. So it's just like how you maneuver around it. So it could be like a flight delay if you're flying, right? It could be a flight delay, and you're just, like you're not going to be that person at, the airport that picks up the kiosk and throws it out the window because your flight's delayed by, 15 minutes. Like, you're going to sit there and be like, okay, I got that. I'm just going to, I'm going to watch Jimmy while I wait. I'm going to watch Jimmy while I wait and let the, pass up the time. So, with that said, we're moving into very new energy, very new territory. The good news is, by the way, actually, the end of the week, the moon, for the weekend, the moon does move into Taurus, which I do love, especially because, it is like the moon in Taurus is great. And so, and it is your fellow, earth sign BFF there, Taurus, and it is your fifth house of pleasure. Okay. So I really like this. Absolutely love this. And you have to remember, like, the moon is ruled by Venus too. So really nice, like energy that the moon in Taurus is going to bring. There could be some attention, and that is your fifth house, by the way. So, it is like pleasure and love and romance and actually like family and children too, and creativity, self-expression. So with that said, let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn, for the week of November 20th to the 26th. This is for Capricorn and Capricorn rising. And if you want to read for your moon and your Venus, yeah, you are welcome to. If you want more, if you know your birth chart, first of all, and if you if you want more clarity in those areas of your life, or more insight. Okay. So Capricorn, with that said, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for November 20th to the 26th. Now, Capricorn, as I said earlier, I do a traditional culture cross spread. It really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Capricorn, thanks so much for being here. You'll see that it is actually kind of bright, right? It's that time of day. I'm actually doing this like really in the morning when there's a lot of sunlight that comes through this window. I wouldn't even say like really early, just like earlier than normal. I mean, on the weekend. Okay, it's a weekend for me. Capricorn. You're really good. You're really, really good. I don't even, you're going to be fine. Just again, it is that communication. Just be mindful of it, because now it may honestly be a thing, but you're going to be absolutely fine. And you are really freaking good. I have not seen a spread like that. You're good. You're absolutely, I can't even. Um, let's get started. Okay, so you got the world. Uh, can I just point out real quick? You see that you just got all major arcanas here in one court card in the heart of your spread. Like, didn't I kick off this reading saying this week is going to be for you particularly like really significant? Like, this is huge. This is huge. You can expect a lot of change, especially because you did get the world. It came up in your past, so a lot of y'all may have already felt it. It's this is your recent past, so there is, the world is the end of the major arcanas. Okay, you can see the dancing figure, within the garland here, the wreath. I mean, this is like, be proud of yourself. Be very proud of yourself. There's like some chapter of your life that's coming to a conclusion, like, and you've started or will start this brand new journey, especially because remember, we did have that new moon in Scorpio. Okay, so that really did like kick things off. But hello, this is absolutely amazing because this card is actually ruled by Saturn. And so Saturn is your ruling planet. So this is just very, very, very nice. You're really, I mean, like, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. You can see, I'm going to, well, I'll show it to you later, but, this is, like I said, the end of, when I say the end of the major arcanas, it's kind of like the end of your, of the hero's journey. Okay. Your journey, the fool's journey. Right. And so again, be proud of yourself. A lot of achievement in this card. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot of wisdom in this card. There's a sense of, how through the fool's journey, like all the major arcanas, there are like these dualities and polarities and, masculine and feminine and energy and like ups and downs and highs and lows. Well, this is the merging of it all now. Okay. So it's like you made it. You made it. It's really good. You can even see the dancing figure, referred to as Hermaphrodite, right? Because it is the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. Okay, so it is that merging of masculine and feminine as well. But like either way, like this is like you're good. You're absolutely good because look, you have the King of Swords at the heart of your spread. Really, absolutely, 1000% love this for you because remember how I talked about that empowerment energy that you're gonna be feeling this week. Like nothing can stop me now. Like you are walking, it's like in the movies, right? You are that person in the cool sunglasses, the gas station sunglasses, walking away from like the explosion, like just really cool, like nothing ever happened, like that, dude, like you're good. The King of Swords is, very powerful king. He is like a very intimidating king too, but it's just like he has all this power, he has all this authority. He is the type of king, like I say it all the time, like think about, like, if you lived in the medieval times, you were summoned by this king. This is the king that would make your knees shake. Okay, this is how much power he has. He looks directly at you. He is not intimidated. He has nothing to hide. He is literally the only king that does that. Okay, looks you right into your eyes, like down to your soul. Like he is, like, we're talking about real true power here. This is absolutely amazing. And what I love about this is that the King of Swords is Aquarius. Okay, kings are fixed, swords are air. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, and that is your second house. And so second house is self-worth, it is self-value. So this is really nice, and this is in the heart of your spread this week. It looks like there is something that you're just going to feel very empowered, and there's going to be a sense of you like ready to it's like, no, it's like you're going to be really good. You're going to be really good. No one can like pull the rug under your feet or the wool under your eyes or any of those expressions. I don't even know if any of those are right. Manipulate, let's just say manipulate you or like do anything. But with the King of Swords in the heart of your spread, though, looking at your entire spread here, just again with Saturn, the Saturn squares this weekend. Remember how I was saying about like, communication, like just be mindful about the way that you communicate. Yeah, definitely, because you could be so charged up and feel so empowered that you could be, the what that says something. So just be mindful and just know, like, secretly, like, you are a superhero, and like you've got to reveal your, or you got to hide your identity, right? You're the Princess Diana, the Clark Kent, whatever it is. But you're absolutely fine. Now, what's really interesting here is that you did get the Devil. The Devil is Capricorn. So this card is attributed to Capricorn. So you got your own card here. So you not only got Saturn, you got Capricorn, which is very interesting because if you think about your spread last week, right? And now it's in your challenge era. So how crazy is that? Remember what I just said earlier about this week with us, moving into Sagittarius season, that being your 12th house, unrooting things that that you're just like, okay, I don't need this, I'm over it or whatever. But this is, there could be something this week that, yeah, you still have to like squeeze up like something. Like the Devil represents everything that you think that what Devil represents, and it is like, it can be bad behaviors, it can be addictions, it can be vices, it can also be like pessimistic thinking. So it is something that you're going to have to really think about and just like, let's just cut the cord now. Let's nip it in the bud. You don't need it. You don't need that way of thinking anymore. You don't need this, addiction anymore. And addiction comes in like all forms. Like obviously drugs and alcohol, it's the most cliche, but if you're like, I don't know, binge watching the Mole all day, you're not getting anything done, right? And Capricorns like to do things. You like to work hard. You work hard for your and so this is really just like, okay, whatever is distracting you now, whatever is kind of like dangling that carrot and luring you to the dark. And it could be even like, again, on a really deeply subconscious level that is revealed to you or is there. You're just like, I know I have to just like stop doing this. It's like it's not great for me. It's time to like, boom, like be gone. Right. And it's really interesting because it's like I said, next week we have that full moon in Gemini in your 6th house of everyday activities and habits and routines. So full moons do bring conclusion. So it's this, you have that window right this week, and it seems like it seems like there is going to be something that is not like good for you, and it's just like And it could be shadow work too. Again, this is, remember, Sagittarius season is your 12th house. What did I say? It's facing fears. It's like recognizing self sabotage. It's doing, it's with things to boom, 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 to really just, leave behind, and just so you can move forward in this more positive way, in this way where you're on your path to enlightenment. There's nothing stopping you now. Like you're good. You're good to go. So take that time. But I feel like it's gonna already happen. I feel like some of y'all already know it too. But take that time to just like hit the road, Jack. Hit the road. Okay. Now, come on, come on. This is, you got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune. This is game changing. It is like there is a sense of like a lot of y'all have come into this new place in your life, and it's almost like this week. Spend some time. I feel like some of y'all may be spending some time thinking about like that, just that gratitude of look at where I'm at now. Look at where I'm at now compared to last year, compared to the year before. When I say be very proud of yourself, be very proud of yourself. This is the Wheel of Fortune is a game changing card. It's all, there's a lot of, it's like jackpot, right? There's a lot of luck. There's so much happening in the Wheel of Fortune, but you did get the only two cards where you see the four fixed signs in the corners. Okay. That brings that like stability. You're really good. And it just seems like there is this new journey that you're on, especially after everything that, you've gone through. Like, you can expect it. You can expect it this week. There's movement, really big movement. Again, that's what Sagittarius season is like, a lot of freedom, a lot of movement, because you got the Fool too. Capricorn, come on. I don't make this up. You saw me like shuffle like this is crazy. Oh my goodness. So you got not only the World, but you got the Fool. And so what comes after the World? The Fool. Why is that garland shaped as a zero? Because it references the Fool. Card 0. You're good. So there is definitely the end of something. There's the beginning of something new, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. 10, 1, 0 equals 1. The Wheel of Fortune is a game-changing card anyway. It is just saying there's this like luck is intervening. The gods above are intervening to bring all this luck. It really is this game-changing moment. And it's like, again, there's more of a sense of you appreciating where you are now compared to where you have been. And that's what I love about your reading, especially sitting right in the middle with the King of Swords there. Absolutely amazing. Remember, King of Swords is Aquarius, and that is your second house. Okay. And then, if you're here for money, that could be a thing too, because the second house is also salary, income. There could be some like movement there. Again, this is the week, the beginning of the week. Okay. If you want a raise, if you want a promotion, it's like you've got a lot of power. You have a lot of power. All right. Just keep that in mind. But you got the Fool, which is, kicking off we're ending the Fool's journey. Now we're kicking off the Fool's journey. I mean, you see the full abundance of the sun. This is absolutely like, I don't even know what to say. I just did another reading where, I mentioned in that reading that there's always one card. There's always one card that shows up in the majority of spreads for a specific week. It's so uncanny. And I was telling them it was like the Fool was, but they didn't get the Fool last. They were one of the few signs that didn't get the Fool in their spread. And then the Fool showed up in their reading for this week. And now the Fool is showing up in your reading, and the Fool wasn't in your spread last week. And so it's really crazy that everyone's going on these new journeys, and it's really great. And it's almost like there's optimism in this. There's optimism, opportunity. There's so much like innocence in this card. It's really just like, you're ready to start, and as we approach your birthday season, of course, like things are going to start changing, and you're good. You're absolutely good. But just take any It's like you've already, like, this week you could be taking like some risks, big risks, but it's like, that it's for the better, and you're clearly changing your life. You're clearly changing your life. uh and I want you to hear what I said. I didn't say, your life is changing. I said you are changing your life. There's a huge difference, okay? There's a huge difference. So you definitely feel very proud of yourself, and you have the hair fun in your future. I mean, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. I can't even, like, I can't. This is amazing. This is going to be a big week for you. The Hierophant is, just someone who is very influential, very inspiring, someone who really does have a lot of sway, okay? Because he does have, and it's for a good reason. He has that, he is the Greek priest, right? It's literally, I mean, he is, Hierophant. If you break down the word Hierophant, it's like, go all the way back. Hero from Heros uh, is holy, sacred, okay, and then font, feinen, to display, to reveal, right? So this is a big spiritual card too. It's he is a connector between the divine and our physical world, but you do see him standing between the two gray columns. He's wearing the triple crown, the two gray columns, gray in tarot's wisdom, and then he wears a triple crown. He's got the keys to the, it's just like you're good. You're moving into this place where you are being more influential, where you are having, again, I'm not surprised with all this empowerment energy that's happening for you this week, but where you are becoming a lot more influential, especially in a group capacity. It can be even work, like maybe your team, or your whatever it is, colleague. You could be like the head of something, or you could even like run your own company or whatnot. But even still, even if it's not work related, like, it's just like people may be looking up to you. You may be feeling that, okay, in some capacity, or looking at you as this guiding light or this guiding voice. Even you can see this is the first card actually in the major arcanas where other people appear other than the main figure. So you do see the two monks here that are at its feet, but it's again, a really, really big, I can't even begin to tell you how big of a thing this is, because Saturn in Pisces is there for a couple of years. Okay, so your ruling planet's going to be in Pisces for a couple of years, and again, that is communication. So you're going to be taking communication a lot more seriously, and it's almost like you're going to be on this next level platform too. You're good. It's like, yeah, you're good. Definitely, like, being a lot more, you're gonna feel a lot of drive. Your life, you are changing your life. You will be this week, and you're just moving into this great position of leadership, but of also just a lot more structure in your life, but you just being wiser through your life experiences. Okay, you're good. Let's get to your stuff. Capricorn. Oh my gosh. I got to do a time check. I feel like. Oh, okay. So, Capricorn, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know what's going on. I love hearing from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. You're amazing. I wouldn't be here without you. So I am truly grateful. And I really do appreciate it. So, Capricorn, you are, oh gosh. I'm going to have to look back. So I'm going to have to look back and see. I think this is your best weekly. I mean, it's going to be, this is your best weekly reading. This by far. You see what's happening here. By far. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Okay. Okay. So, okay, are you ready for this? You ready to see what's happening? You got the Knight of Pentacles, so you're good. there's something that whatever new thing that you're starting on your journey. It can be like a job, it can be something family related. What resonates with you, right? Because all Capricorns are different. There is a sense of every Capricorn has a different birth chart, so every Capricorn is going to take something different from this reading, right? So the Knight of Pentacles showing up is showing that there is some something new that is brewing or may have begun for you, this new journey. It can be a spiritual journey. It can be even an emotional journey. It could be a journey in your physical world, a mental journey, just you moving forward in this new chapter in your life, which is again, very, very amazing for you. Knight of Pentacles, just having longevity with it now, just staying with it. And it's just like, you've planted your seeds and you're going to reap your rewards no matter how long it takes. Okay. Again, money can be a big thing here, especially with the fact that, well, not only because the Knight of Pentacles is showing up right now with, the rest of your spread, but as I said, or did I say it? I did, yeah. Pluto, well, the fact that you pulled an Aquarius card, okay, so I said that self-confidence, self-worth, but also salary, income, money, things like that. Pluto is actually leaving your sign and moving into Aquarius, okay? Moving into Aquarius in January, okay? I think right at the end of your birthday season, like around January 20th, but for 20 years. So money and salary is going to be a big thing for y'all. It is going to be like a huge, and we're going to talk about it more, of course, like when we come to January. But I did talk about it when Pluto did go into Aquarius for a hot second, like this year. If you want to find that video, but anyway, I'll talk about it again. But yeah, it's almost like you're setting yourself up for something that you're really investing yourself into now. Okay, it doesn't have to be money either. It can be just like what brings you this sense of wealth, this comfort level. It can be a relationship. Whatever resonates with you. But there is this commitment energy, this investment energy. Like, I'm in it to win it, in it for the long haul. I don't know why I'm doing this hand gesture, so I'm just gonna go like this, but you get what I'm saying, that it's like there's this commitment energy that's like enduring, that's long lasting. And I really like that. And you're going to be patient with it. And it's something that you want to see grow. Now, hello, you're good. Speaking of Aquarius energy, you're good. You just got the star, which is ruled by Aquarius. In your external factors area, I mean, these like the stars aligning for you now. The stars aligning for you now. And again, for a lot of y'all on this spiritual level, on this really nice spiritual level, being in touch with your higher self and even applying a lot of that knowledge there. And the reason I say that is because you got the Hierophant, which I already told you is a very spiritual, leader in itself. And you have these 7 outer stars representing your chakras, okay? So aligning your chakras, the stars aligning for you. And so doesn't even end there. You got the Knight of Pentacles, who is Virgo, which is your 9th house of spirituality. You have no idea. You have no idea. Well, now you do, because I'm telling you. So, I'm so excited for you. I'm excited to tell you what the most craziest thing of your spread is. But before we even get there, the star, again, yeah, there's a lot of, it really is like, that saying that, what is it? Wish upon a star, or whatever it is. It's like you're good. You're good. This is, again, it feels like there's this driving force, like this universe is like making everything happen for you. This is really great. There's a lot of wisdom in this card as well. There's a lot of healing in this card too. But this is such an optimistic card. There's a lot of strength. You can see all the stars are 8 pointed, referencing the strength card, card 8. But like, you're absolutely good. And there's a lot of growth with the star. So a lot of things starting to grow for you. There's like this fertile, like you can even see the thing with the water bear, the symbol of Aquarius. You can see that the figure is also pouring onto the land. So when I talk about that growth, that knowledge pouring into like you, it's like, you're good. You're really good. I'm being very like handsy today. And this is gonna blow your mind. Maybe not. It blows my mind. You got the Nine of Pentacles. This card is attributed to Venus and Virgo. So again, another Virgo being your ninth house is spirituality. So, but it's also Venus, and this is all you want. It's like all this abundance. You don't want to worry about anything anymore. You don't. There's a lot of. What I love about this is that Sagittarius season, as I said, as you move into it, it's a lot like it's about freedom, okay, and feeling freer, and that's what this card is, okay. You've done all that hard work. What comes before the Nine of Pentacles? The Eight of Pentacles, right? It's like being very driven, laser focused, working on your pentacles, working. You want to reach your legacy, and then you're almost there. And then now you're like I said, reaping your rewards. That's all you want to do now is just have this abundance, not have to endure like Scorpios, like what you've been going through, but be in this place of like everything just being great for you. Everything. I mean, like, she's got no stress. She's in fact, like I say, she's like the Meryl Streep of tarot. Look at her. She's very glamorous. She's, you see the symbol of Venus all over her gown too, but you see all that abundance. You see the falcon on her hand. I mean, come on. Like speaking of the medieval times, like who had falcons on their hands? Like only the people in the royal court. Like this is really great, but there's a lot of self-sufficiency energy that comes with the Pentacles. Like she earned her spot here. It's like, again, like when I say you are changing your life, like it is like that's actually exactly what you want to do to get to this place of like just everything feels so good. Everything feels so good, and there's so much abundance in my life, and I a lot of independence too, like financial independence, especially with like that being Pentacles. But again, it's your physical reality. But lastly, you got the Three of Wands in your final outcome. So it's almost like, with the fact, and this is what blows my mind, and this is what makes your reading like your best weekly reading for. I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to go back, but it could be like for a long time, for the year. You had the Three of Wands here last week, and now look at the progression. It's now in your final outcome. So everything that you're hoping for, this new beginning, is happening. Remember your hopes and wishes fuel but you're doing the work. This is amazing. Capricorn, you're amazing. Three of Wands is all about change. It's all about going out there to it's like the next step. I say the Three of Wands is like the green light card. It's like go. It's like, all right, we're going. It's definitely you can first take a look at the card. It's first of all, that's a lot of sunlight. Okay, as you know, the sun like peaked out when I was like shuffling or whatever, but that's a lot of sunlight. Okay, it's also how they speaking of like aphorisms and expressions. They do say the sky is the limit. This is all sky here. There's like so much potential ahead, and you see it. And this is you going after it because, like I said, this is a card of it's like go now. It's go time. And this is someone who just wants to go out there and discover things and change his life and leave his village to not only change his life and see what's out there, but like a lot of like self-discovery too. But three, all about creation, all about new things. Like you're good, especially because where it moved, you see how it just progressed from your last reading. This and now it's in your final outcome, and now you have the most significant, like your main spread, all major arcanas with the King of Swords in the heart of your spread. I mean, when I talk about empowerment, when I talk about change, you are changing your life, and you're setting this. It's like there's this long termness that's happening for you. I love you're good. You're good. Capricorn, this is actually like you're really good, and you are inspiring me. This is like inspiring me. This is like, this is amazing. You just be, mindful of that devil energy, okay, in the heart, or sorry, in your challenge area. Just snip, 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 snip. Okay, cut the cord, whatever it is, and So I feel that some of y'all are already doing it. You're already working on that. Like even like I said, like self sabotage energy, or like shadow self, like working on your shadows. Like but you have the King of Swords in the heart of your spread. And then you have in your future the Hierophant. Like you're good. You're absolutely good. You have the Star. If you have these two Virgo cards, and then the Three of Wands, which is just such a very great, powerful card. Okay. And there could be a lot of activity with home, by the way, that may be happening for y'all, especially with the North Node having moved into Aries in the beginning. Well, no, actually in July. And the North Node is like your destiny, right? Like your calling, and it changes all the time. And so the big focus for you now for the next year is like home and relationships, like love, right? Especially if you're single, if you're looking for it, or in a relationship, like really, really, finding that spark and just feeling that love, and family and children. But like your actual home could be a thing. And the reason I bring that up is because the Three of Wands is attributed to Sun in Aries. So this is such a great card, and it's like you're good. You're good. You're good. And remember, the moon moves into Aries on Wednesday. But anyway, Capricorn, I'm going to go on record saying this is your best weekly reading. It's been a while. I mean, like, this is good. Come on. This is amazing. This is not, these kind of spreads don't happen all the time. You're good. You're good. I'm going to stop talking. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am Capricorn. If you like this reading, be great. If you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what you think. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.